disappear.
Good morning, everybody.
I'm going to make you the host.
Yes.
So the phone needs doing. So you are now the host,
Okay.
I think. Are you?
Am I?
Yes, it does. So
I am now the host. It says here. I am now the host. I don't
So,
feel different.
I've got to go down and sort him out. We're doing something now, so I'll leave you all to get on with it. And
Don't worry.
I'll be back in a few minutes.
All right. Don't worry. Good luck. Now, good morning, gentlemen. I hope we all well.
Good morning, Ian.
Good morning.
You're now under new management.
Say hello.
It's
By
not
the way,
Steve.
He's back. Hello, Diddles.
Keith's
That's
familiar.
lucky.
this is Lola.
He was a showgirl.
That's what you tell Sue anyway.
Keith, can you show your cat to Jennifer?
Yeah.
Where is
Well, where is it then?
Svetchina?
Hang on.
Hang
on.
That.
Hello.
Oh, what a lovely cat.
Yeah.
Like the whiskers.
Oh, she's lovely.
Oh, she's lovely. How's it in bed?
But not as lovely as you, Keith.
Hey, it's another one.
Another one here. This is socks
Blimey.
because he's got his white feet.
Colin's cat,
Colin's cat.
bottom.
Oh, another
There's
black
Bailey.
cat. Oh, another one.
That could be a TV series, Colin. Colin's
That's
cat.
Lewis.
Ian,
That's lovely.
Ian, are we going to get our dogs out now?
Yes.
I hope that's
There's,
not you.
there's Lewis.
Not in public, I hope.
Who let the
Bailey.
dogs out? Very good. That.
Colin, is that a cat that should pass you or a pencil sharpener?
Sorry.
Right.
No, I didn't
Right.
catch
Without
that.
more ado, we better get on with it. Mr. Longstaff, sir, do you
No,
have any news from the front?
Oh, no, I don't really. Except that I've had a discussion with the head librarian at Crystal Peaks Library about getting back to the library. But so far and for the foreseeable future, there are significant restrictions, as some of you will know. They're restricting it to 10 people, and that's no good to us, really. To mean some sort of rota, which is a lot of messing about. I've been conducting a survey amongst members, and so far, all but one has agreed that we should have the status quo. The Zoom's on a Tuesday, the Lifestyle Centre at Bayton, live meeting on a Wednesday, and leave it for that for the foreseeable future. So that's how it will be. Eventually, sometime in the new year, we might get back in the library, but certainly not this side of the new year.
Right.
So onwards and upwards.
Well,
Are the John, are the
Yes, Tom.
restrictions Sandra's or are they the council's?
He says they're the councils.
Yeah, which is
Not only that, but I've asked about conducting meetings in the arts centre in the basement, which you know is a big room, and the council restrictions for that are 11 people.
oh
It's
dear.
nonsense, really. Yeah, caution, health and safety, all that. But for the art space, it could easily accommodate 15, if not more. But anyway,
restrictions apply.
Well,
It's restrictions apply to Manor Top as well, of course.
well, Manor, no, but nothing at all at Manor. Nothing's happening at Manor. The head librarian there, or library manager, as they call them nowadays, has been off with someone specified for someone's specified reason for some months, and there's no sign of that opening to us or any other similar group, which is a bit ridiculous because, as you know, Ian, it's our own room, our own independent room,
Right.
by ourselves and not affecting anybody else.
But
Make any
why
sense
can
to
you go to
people.
a cinema and a theatre where there are hundreds?
Yeah, exactly. Don't make any sense at all. I
No.
think it's the council being rightly cautious but overcautious in
I
our
think-
case. when it
I
comes
think
to
to
the
be
library.
fair, to play devil's
The only thing we could do is raise it with a councillor and ask him to pursue it, because it does seem to me as though there's a big element of little Hitler here.
Yeah, I think you're right, Ron.
I think to
Yeah.
to play devil's advocate, Ron, this is the argument I would use, which is more an excuse than an argument. Cinemas, pubs, and the rest of it have gone to an inordinate lengths to safeguard their clientele with all sorts of measures, and I don't think the libraries want to do it.
Well,
Have you been-
have you
been to a
Sandra
cinema?
says they have, Ian. Sandra says they've had to impose loads of stringent measures to allow them to open and for the public to come in and actually get books and return them.
I went to the cinema last week. There were no stringent restrictions at all.
No.
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 Our folk
You
club will
didn't
have
have to do
100
anything.
people
What did
in.
you see, Paul?
James Bond.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Does anybody not know how it ends?
No.
Me.
We'll not tell you then.
Thank you. I'll go on
Eh,
mute. We can talk amongst yourselves.
Oh,
You
no.
weren't-
There are theoretically no legal restrictions at all.
No.
So I was one of the people who said leave it as it is at the moment, but I do think
Well-
there's a need to push it, and I'm considering talking to Tony Downing, my local councillor, and see what he says.
Good lad. Thank you, Ron.
I think we're in that awkward state. I don't know if you find it in the shops in particular, that we're in a sort of transitional limbo. Some are wearing masks, some are not, you know.
Yeah.
The interpretation on so-called restrictions is more wide and varied. And I think there's
No restrictions, Ian.
No, it's
Any
personal-
restrictions are only imposed as recommendations.
Yeah.
There is no legal requirement to do anything.
correct.
But there's still people who have had the booster as well as the 2 jabs that are catching it. My son-in-law, for instance,
Oh,
who's a
yeah.
policeman.
I mean, I wear my mask everywhere I go, but
It's a very realistic.
I think they just
like
think the
it.
library is going bit above and beyond.
I
Well,
agree,
that's my-
Ron. entirely.
That's my case. We'll move on, but that's my case in point, Ron. Why do you and I wear masks when there are no restrictions?
Yeah.
You know?
Because
That's
it
the
makes
It's a
interpretation.
recommendation.
Elf.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's still out there.
this is getting far too political. or difficult. Let's,
Yeah, not particularly political, but difficult. Yeah.
it's difficult. It's a problem that doesn't exist, but however, anything else, John, that you've heard from Barry or anybody like that?
No. Barry's gone walkabout for a couple of weeks. He's gone visiting relatives, so he'll be out and about in a couple of weeks' time. I think I mentioned last week, Cyril's going to. It's Trisha's birthday and retirement in a fortnight,
Yeah.
so we're hoping to do something for her.
How's the famous Mr. Ed?
Mr. Ed, he's been to the last few meetings at Bayton on Wednesdays. I get laterally floor tested and go and collect him. He doesn't say much, but he enjoys the company.
Right.
Yeah, so it's good for him. I would say he's deteriorated slightly overall, but he enjoys the Wednesday mornings with the group.
Good.
There's no other significant. I've talked to Colin last week, and all of a sudden his line went dead. But then again, I'm quite boring. But I'll give him another chance this week.
And how are you? Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm okay.
Good.
Better by the day, thank you.
Good.
Right. That's good news. Right. Shall we? Well, we normally move on to sports news of the week, but where's our newsman? I don't see him.
Mm. We'll have to make it up.
Well, let's all. I tell you what. Let's play a game. Let's think of a sports event of the week, one from each of us. Oh, here's Dave the Beard. He's coming in now.
If
Tell
we
him
can
we're
make
starting
it up,
without
can I say that Wednesday beat Gillingham 3-1?
And is that a big event?
Well, it would have been and should have been
If it had been true.
if it had been true. I'll just have a bit of a rant while Dave settled himself in. They're the biggest set of scumbags I've seen on a football pitch for
Yeah,
many years, Gillingham. They were cheating, lying, bees they were.
Just lying down when there were no players near them.
I said to my daughter, I mean, if in the first half, they got a right back who got a really good throw. And every time they got a throw in on right on the left wing near the corner flag, he just trotted 60 yards to take the throw in. And they were all blooming good throw-ins. They were dangerous, but he trotted and no restriction, referee not hurrying him up. Goalkeeper was taking 3 days to take a kick. We've seen it all before. The only thing you didn't get was taking it to the corner flag and wasting time there, which by comparison I regard as quite legitimate. But I said to Rachel, my daughter, at half time, they're going to take it in turns to go down in the second half. And lo and behold, they did. 6 of them went down. 6 different players went down. And eventually, on the 6th one, the referee said, well, you could more or less, I don't think you're injured, get up, mate. And he got up. But it was disgusting. Yeah, I know we've seen it all before, but it's not football, is it?
He's
not
same manager. He's done it with every club he's ever been.
Definitely the manager. Definitely the manager.
Who is the manager? Who is the
Evans.
manager?
Evans.
Oh,
Eleven.
that's,
Yeah.
Ex-Rotherham manager.
Yeah, Rotherham.
He's been around all the lower league clubs and they've all been the same where he's been.
Yeah.
I mean, that was all. That was a.
It's cheating.
That
Doing
was
it 6 times is ridiculous.
The interesting thing about that, sorry to interrupt you.
No.
The interesting thing about that was the what they were doing, and the referee sort of acted. He didn't actually do anything. He just walked on with that fullback a couple of times, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah. With respect to the referees amongst us, that referee did no.
No. And the easiest thing would have been after 5 minutes of the game to caution the second one who did it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have happened after that. If they had cautioned the goalkeeper, second or third time, it wouldn't have happened after that. It's all in hands, and they played him for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
He allowed a total of 8 minutes overtime in the match, which included 2 goals, 5 substitutions, and then, as you say, all these laying downs. An head injury in the first half, which took at least 2 minutes. You know, I thought we'd be playing well about 5:15.
So did I.
Rather than 5.
Well, they still want to score.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, sorry,
go
carry on, Trevor. Carry on.
I was just going to say, I don't think we'd have scored another one anyway,
No.
but at least the fans would have got some entertainment for the admission money, which we didn't get, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Well, that was
a massive blow losing Gregory, and I know it shouldn't be a one-man team, and we're not because we've got so many injuries. But Gregory would have put a couple away, I think.
Yes, certainly.
For Dave the
But
Beard's benefit, this is a discussion on Sheffield Wednesday versus Gillingham. So cross out everything that you had on that, because we've had a good 15 minutes on it, all right?
There are no depths to which we will sink.
Just again for your benefit, Dave, Keith, our chairman, has gone AWOL while he's fixing his plumbing or his nephew's plumbing. So I'm sort of holding the fort. You were late on parade. I want your reasons in writing by tomorrow morning in triplicate. I hope nothing serious.
Well, morning all. Apologies for being late. No, I couldn't get into the system, but finally managed to get in. So apologies again for being late.
No worries, mate. We're delighted to see you. And without more ado, we're going to put you on the spot with your sports of the week, news of the week.
I was all ready.
News of the week.
Right, starting with football, seeing as we're on that topic, but not Hillsborough. Starting with the sad news of the death of Ron Flowers, aged 87, who was a member of the England 1966 World Cup squad. He was born in Edlington, South Yorkshire, and played for the Doncaster Rovers youth teams before moving on to Wolves, where he made 515 appearances over 15 years. He was the star of the team that won the Division 1 title 3 times, runners-up twice, and lifted the FA Cup in 1960. And an early first question, who did Wolves play and what was the score?
Blackburn Rovers 3-0. Blackburn Rovers 3-0.
And Blackburn robbed Wednesday in the semi-final.
We got round to Wednesday again anyway.
Are you guys doing homework before these Zoom meetings?
Derek Dugan offside goal. Anybody could see that.
Yeah, it was 3-0 to Wolves. Correct, it was Blackburn. He won 49 caps for England, scoring 10 goals. He left Wolves finally in 1967 and joined Northampton Town before ending his playing career at Wellington Town, later known as Telford Town, for anybody.
Oh, played there.
Yeah. He captained England against France at Hillsbury. And when was it? Would it have been 1962? 2 draw.
62, yeah.
Yeah.
Were you there?
I was. I wasn't there in France when France beat us. Was it 5-0 or 5-1? And Ron Springett.
5-0.
5-0. On an icy, a 5-2, we scored 2. An icy pitch.
We scored, didn't we?
Yeah.
It was all Springett's fault, I've heard.
It was, yeah. Alf Ramsey's first match, and he says, "Is it always like this?"
He said that to you, did he?
Personally, I was sitting next to him, and he said, "Have you got anybody else to put in goal instead of this woman Springett?" I said, "Well, there's Gordon Banks. He lives down Attercliffe, you know, that Carborough.
And there's Jenny, who was there doing cakes. Carry on, Dave.
Yeah.
I was retired from football in 71 and went into, had a sports shop then. Anyway, last week also saw the death of ex-Celtic player Robert Bertie Auld, aged 83. He was a member of the Celtic's Lisbon Lions. First joined Celtic in 1955, but went to Dumbarton on loan for a season before being sold to Birmingham City. While he was there, he won a League Cup medal with Birmingham in 1963. And who did they beat? The first one was a bit easier.
Was it?
It wasn't Rotherham, was it?
Rotherham lost to Villa in the first league.
Quite a bit of a clue. It was close to Birmingham's home.
Aston
Villa, yeah. They beat them 3-1 over 2 legs, with all the goals scored at Birmingham in the first game. He returned to Celtic in 65 and became an integral member of the side that won 9 Scottish League titles and the 1967 European Cup final, where Celtic beat Internazionale 2-1. He made a total of 328 appearances, scoring 90 goals, and also won 3 Scottish caps. He went on to manage 5 clubs before finishing football in 1988.
I think when he was at Birmingham, Birmingham got to the final of the In-Cities Fairs Cup and lost to Roma.
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lost.
Don't want to lower the tone, but Keith's playing with his pussy.
I read a bit about Bertie Auld yesterday, and apparently he was lining up in the tunnel for the Old Firm derby, and he turned to the Rangers captain, and the Rangers captain said to him, "How much is your win bonus?" He says, £5. He says, "Oh, is that all? We get £10." He says, "Yeah, but ours is guaranteed."
Very good.
Apparently he was a really funny guy.
Yeah.
He'd be out to place here then, wouldn't he?
Yes.
He's quick-witted by the sounds of it.
He looks like Blofeld, Keith, doesn't he? Or Baldfeld.
We've been expecting you, Mr. Bond.
Carry on, Dave.
With no Premiership or Championship matches, World Cup qualifiers took centre stage last week and into this. England beat Albania 5-0 with all the goals coming in the first half, including the Harry Kane hat-trick, to put them on the brink of qualifying for next year's finals. Scotland beat Moldova 2-0 and have won a place in the playoffs. Wales beat Belarus 5-1 at home and need a point against Belgium for a home tie in the playoffs. They are already guaranteed a playoff place through their finishing the Nations League. Last night saw England thrashing Minnows San Marino 10-0 with 4 goals from Harry Kane in the first half, who moved to within 5 goals of Wayne Rooney's record of 53 for England.
That was never a football match.
Boring.
Yeah.
Boring.
Didn't bother watching it.
Defence and little
Didn't
defence.
bother watching it.
Well, I watched it, but it was embarrassing, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
You just saw the other side tire and tire and tire. And the England guys didn't know what to do at one point because it was just too easy. Just pass the ball around the park.
Yeah, I think Kane scored one decent goal out of his 4.
San
but they all
Marino.
count.
Yeah. San Marino is smaller than Mansfield and has 6 teams that play one another. 2 of the players do play in Italy, but they somewhere like League 2 standard, and they're not much better than a pub side, basically.
So
Shouldn't
why are they
really
allowed,
be in the competition.
so why are they allowed to play?
Money.
Because they're a country.
So
They're a
what's the
member.
alternative?
They're a
can't ban
member
them,
of
can you?
UEFA, so they're allowed to enter. And FIFA. No.
You can't ban them.
No. What they need is for Saudi Arabia to take them over, don't they?
Interesting point, though, Paul. You're dead right. You can't ban them. But imagine any one of our players got injured. The manager, club manager, would be up in arms that they'd been injured against a side like San Marino.
Yeah, but then Harry Kane gets 4 goals against a side like San Marino. And Ian Wright scored 4, didn't he? I mean, I think he only scored 7 in total for England.
And your point is, John, so what?
They're rubbish. And, you know, they shouldn't allow the goals to count. I'm talking rubbish now, gibberish. I just feel that the 4 goals that Harry Kane got and the 10 goals that England got were virtually worthless.
Yeah. Well, Albania is almost
But they still count. So whether a player gets injured or not in that game against San Marino, the goals still count, the injuries still count. It's still a first-class match, except it's not.
Yeah. It's all to do with money.
Shut up, Mr. Blofeld.
It's all to do with money.
Yeah.
I tell you what,
I
it's
think
very
it's more to do with voting rights.
Probably.
But it's interesting to see how some of these minnows develop into better than just appalling sides like San Marino. I mean, Luxembourg won 3 games in their group.
Yeah.
Which compared to the old days.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Jonathan.
And that's because they were allowed to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, there have been arguments about throwing Luxembourg out and Andorra and people like that.
Liechtenstein.
Yeah, I agree that they don't provide a competitive game for the top sides. But if you look at it from their point of view, when you're trying to encourage, mass participation in sport, when England come to San Marino, it's probably one of the biggest days of their year. And it will encourage their players to, aspire to get better.
Good point, well made.
There is only one, Paul, there's only one problem with that argument.
I'm sure there's a lot. Yeah.
They don't play in San Marino.
Right, okay.
No, they played in Rimini.
Oh, right,
In
okay.
Italy.
It's only a 20-minute drive away.
No,
It's only a 20-minute drive from San Marino.
Oh, it's like playing in Dronfield instead of Sheffield then.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think the commentator last night said something about it's the size of somewhere like Mansfield, but it's only got the population of a village.
Glossop, he said, didn't he?
Glossop, yes,
Glossop,
that's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're not in the Football League anymore, are they? So,
No.
No.
Peter, I think we
I
should
reckon
apply.
Mosborough could put a better team out than San Marino.
I've got your centre forward run.
Peter, I think we should apply for admission as the People's Republic of Liverpool, don't you?
Yeah, yeah.
We've
thought
got
you
more
were already
footballers
there.
a square mile there.
I tell
Anyway,
you
come on,
what,
Dave,
though,
let's
it's
have
not
it.
that- It's
Moving
it's
on.
not that long ago that we'd have gone to San Marino and thought, oh, we've won 5-0, we're doing well there.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
So-
know,
Yeah.
We're
I mean,
getting-
I've got mixed feelings about it. I do really believe they've got a right to play, and I quite like them. I just it's the score, the 10-0 and the 4 goals for Kane. I mean,
Yeah,
compared to what some other players have had to do to get the goals, it's
but probably, I don't know this, I'm probably just talking off the top, but probably Wayne Rooney's played in some games where he got some easy goals as well.
yeah.
It probably evens itself out. I'm sure Bobby Charlton didn't play against Brazil every week.
No,
I must admit, I enjoyed the second penalty last night. That was a Graham Shaw penalty in the roof of the net.
Yeah.
Goalkeeper can't get anywhere near it.
Mm.
He guessed right, but he was just beaten for pace. wasn't he? Yeah. Carry on, Dave.
Scotland beat Denmark 2-0.
Pardon?
I did that while I was talking.
What do you say, Dave?
Scotland beat Denmark 2-0 to deny the Danes a joint record of winning every qualifying match, along with which 2 countries have won every qualifying match.
Germany?
Not this over the
England.
sorry.
England.
England drew
with Hungary.
Yeah.
Poland.
Not in this in the World Cups, not just this qualifying.
Oh.
Was Germany one of them?
Germany's one of them.
Yeah. Brazil?
Holland?
France.
Holland?
No.
No.
Belgium.
Spain.
No. One more.
Spain?
Marino.
Spain were the second.
I
They're
claim
the
that.
only 2
I
teams that
claim
have won all qualifying matches over the years. Yeah. A great performance from Northern Ireland. Saw them draw 0-0 with Italy. A result which saw Italy fail to qualify automatically, as Switzerland beat Bulgaria 4-0 to win the group. And there's a case, I suppose, of, all right, they're not quite San Marino or Andorra class, but one of the minnows in a way, and held Italy and stopped them qualifying automatically.
Yeah. Oh dear, how sad, never mind.
Yeah. What a shame.
All down to Wednesday's goalkeeper, of course.
Of course.
I tell you what, though, I'd just like to mention.
Premiership.
Oh, sorry, go on.
Dean Smith's taken over at Norwich, or looks like doing, and Stephen Gerrard's gone to Aston Villa from Rangers. But at Rangers, they're looking at cutting the costs due to losses. So he
St.
might
Paul.
have jumped ship before he loses his side.
Just a second, Dave. Paul, you were saying something.
No, I was just going to say I quite like these international breaks because United don't lose in them.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're still playing, Paul.
Sorry, trivial.
No, I'm with you there.
Autumn internationals, rugby union. They continued and saw a victory for England by 32 points to 15 over Australia,
Seen there.
leaving England unbeaten in 6 years by the Australians. Scotland, 10 points straight up at half-time against the world champions South Africa, gave away 15 penalties, which cost them dearly as South Africa ran out winners by 30 points to 15. Top performance, however, came from Ireland, who beat the All Blacks by 29 points to 20 after being 10-5 down at half-time.
I love a game.
Yeah, it was. Great game.
Yeah.
I didn't think England played all that well against Australia. I think Australia made more mistakes and flattered them.
That seems to be the general opinion. They won, but they didn't play as well as they were expected. However, we'll see them without Farrell next game, won't we?
We will indeed.
Certainly on performances so far, Ireland look odds on for the Six Nations.
They are playing very well. They do look a good side.
Mm.
Carry on, Dave.
Wales were given a fright by Fiji before winning 38 points to 23. Then club-wise, Premiership Cup began with the group stage, where there were wins for Bristol at Exeter, Gloucester against Bath in Group 1, Leicester against Sale, Newcastle against Wasps in Group 2, London Irish at Northampton, and Saracens against Harlequins in Group 3. Cricket.
Excuse me.
Yep.
Ladies rugby.
Oh,
Red
sorry.
Roses.
England beat Canada. 51
Yeah.
points they scored again.
Yeah.
Excellent game.
Yeah. Excellent.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff.
I can't believe you just asked that.
Good job, Chris. Yeah.
Getting a bit too PC in this group.
Yeah.
Cricket.
We better not talk about cricket then.
No.
New Zealand beat England in the first semi-final
That's it.
by 5 wickets with 6 balls remaining, while in the second semi, Australia beat Pakistan by the same margin and 5 wickets and 6 balls remaining. In the final, New Zealand were put into bat and scored 172 for 4 off their 20 overs, the highest score in a T20 final, apparently. However, Australia, with Warner scoring 53 off 38 and Marsh 77 off 50, reached 173 for 2, winning by 8 wickets with 7 balls left. In every game at the venue, the team batting second under the lights have won.
Yeah.
I don't know what you think, guys, but I thought England's semi-final exit, I think they were victims of their own success. All the middle order batting has never had a chance to get settle in, and when it came to using them, there was fall short of the mark. Don't know what others think of that.
Oh, that over of Chris Jordan's as well, wasn't it? 20 odd.
23.
Yeah, not like him.
No.
No, not like him.
No.
But as Morgan said, nobody found the middle of the bat and the timing until Neesham. He was the only one who did on either side.
England prefer to chase as well, don't they?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm always wary of a team that starts off a tournament really well, which England did. So I think it's always best to build into a tournament.
Yeah.
They were crap. The first 3 matches, England were absolutely outstanding. I still think they were the best team there.
Yeah.
I think you're
In
right.
terms of tournament play, the other time it's slightly better than we did.
Yeah.
I think you're right on both counts. I think England were the best team there. I think you're right. Germany in football are the past masters of growing into competition, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
The worrying thing about Australia winning is it'll give them more confidence for the Ashes, and it's not a thing they usually lack anyway, is it? Self-confidence.
Well, we're talking about a white ball game and the red ball game. I think we've got no chance against Australia.
Yeah. No.
We're all doomed.
We are. Carry on, Dave. We've got 4.5 minutes, mate.
Right, I'll get as far as I can. Elsewhere, for New Zealand, it brought up an unwanted hat-trick of defeats in finals, having lost in 2015 and 19 in the 50-over World Cups. Elsewhere in cricket, further revelations of racism have come to light, with the accusations of historical racism at Essex and Northamptonshire. Yorkshire, meanwhile, have suspended head coach Andrew Gale, over the contents of a historical tweet, while Martin Moxon is off with stress. So the story rolls on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Horse
just
racing,
big,
Midnight Shadow 9-1 was the winner of Saturday's big race at Cheltenham, the Paddy Power Gold Cup. Midnight Shadow, trained by Sue Smith and ridden by Ryan Mania, held on to beat past finishing Protectorat. Last year's winner, Cool Cody, fell at the second last when leading. Athletics. 9 years after winning an Olympic bronze medal, Britain's Robbie Graves has been upgraded to second and awarded a silver medal in the high jump. This was after Ivan Ukhar was stripped of his title for taking part in Russia's state doping program.
What a surprise.
Yeah. Oh, I'll quickly move up onto tennis, just watching the time. World number 2, Daniel Medvedev, got off to a winning start in defense of his ATP finals title. He's looking to become the first back-to-back ATP finals winner since...
Oh. Federer.
No.
What was the question? Say that again, sorry.
He's
Back-to-back ATP winner.
of the ATP finals title since which player?
Nadal.
No,
Djokovic.
Djokovic, yeah, the third one. It's got to be one of those three. Yeah, 2012 to 2015 he won it. Sorry, I'm just looking at the time and trying to fit something.
You got a minute.
You trying to say something, Dave the Fish, were you?
no, just that the hearing about the racism business is live on Sky.
Is it?
And I was listening to it earlier, and honestly, it makes you feel sick. I felt physically sick with some of the things that he was reporting. It's absolutely appalling.
Yeah. Very sad days.
Yeah, shocking.
Makes you wonder how many more counties are going to be dragged into it.
Yeah.
About 17, I would think.
Yeah, I think you're right, Paul.
All of them.
He is saying that his sister worked in a administrative capacity at that's at Northampton or another county, and she wasn't aware of his problems, but when they started talking, that she was having the same sort of problems there. So yeah, it's universal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm afraid so.
Yeah.
We've got less than a minute, guys, and I've got to have a word with Keith to see who's going to open the next session. So I'll
Open
probably
the
have to
bowling.
Pardon?
I said open the bowling.
Yeah, I can open the next session, but if he may still have control of the account, so I need to give him a ring. If you don't mind, I'll leave it there. We've got less than a minute, so it gives me a little bit more time to contact Keith. All right.
Okay, okay, Ian, thank you.
I won't be there.
Thank you, Dave.
Bye.
Yeah. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Dave.